Tyler from the 334 says, Moats, how much film have you seen on Milroe? I'm a Bama fan, and yes, he can be exciting, but then he has Trubisky vision and throws it straight to the opposing team. Yeah, that's part of the tape. That's part of the knock on Jalen. To me, man, I like Jalen's overall arm strength. I think he has an incredibly strong arm. I love when he actually tucks the football and decides to run. I think that he is one of the just most tough. His running style at quarterback reminds me of Justin Fields' running style at quarterback. And I think they are very difficult to deal with because of how they accelerate, but also they run behind their pads, man. They're physical dudes, but they also got that could get up out of there. I love all of that about Jalen Milroe. But yeah, there are parts of his game where, number one, you're looking at his height. He's not the tallest quarterback. You're looking at his overall mechanics in terms of footwork, release point, and consistency with that. It's not the most consistent. Then from there, when you talk about some of the decision making with the football, yeah, he will throw it to you, hit you in the face with it. And that, to me, comes from him processing information pre-snap to post-snap and predetermining he's going to go here. Or being sped up and playing so fast and mentally so fast that, hey, man, I just got to get it off. I got to go right here. And you're not seeing enough. It's not slow enough for him. And those are some of the knocks. Now, can that be coached out of him? Yes, he can develop that through repetition, through film study, man, through getting in here and going through the drill work over and over and over. Absolutely, he can. But those are some of the things that make people question him. Now, he plays at a very important position, which is quarterback. And that's why even with those flaws, he's still going to go, in those first couple of rounds, just because he has a lot of intangibles that are very unique for that position with that big cannon of an arm and with his running ability. You obviously have seen quarterbacks have success in that, dual threat type of system, man. Jaden Daniels was the poster boy of it last year. But we've seen even with a Kyler Murray, man, the different type of dual threat guys that can beat you running and passing. We know Lamar. We know what Josh can do. Those are the type of dudes that when you look at Jalen, you say, okay, that's what it could develop into. Even though it's not as tall as some of those guys, it could develop into that because of the arm talent with the running ability. But once again, the problem is consistency. You don't get a ton of consistency from him throwing the football, and that's the part that makes just guys nervous about him transitioning to the NFL level, because the concepts defensively are a lot more advanced at this level. The players are a lot more smarter on defense at this level and are a lot more talented. So when you throw, guys that have questionable decision making or questionable processing, or they don't see the field well enough at the collegiate level, you just feel like at this next level, because the guys are a lot more advanced, the coachings are a lot more advanced, those guys typically, get ate alive at this level because of that. Not saying that he can't develop, and not saying that he won't be able to utilize his legs as a weapon to offset that. Or if he's able to develop faster as a passer or get in the right system, right? All of those things could help him. Lamar Jackson, a prime example. If Lamar goes into a drop back passing situation, like if Lamar was in Cincinnati his first year, we don't see the same type of Lamar if they haven't him run the Joe Burrow system. But you look at Lamar and the system that he's in Baltimore, where they allowed him to kind of develop as a runner, as a thrower, and then it continued to develop. And now it's like, okay, now we'll allow you to throw the ball 40 times in the game. We're not tripping. It took time, but it was the perfect situation for him. So I think of Jalen Milroe very similarly, because he is very talented like that. But at the same time, man, asking him to develop into that is a big ask as well, because unfortunately you don't have, a long amount of time to show you can do it. It's typically you get about 2 years when you first get in this thing to show it, or at least give some type of hope. And then after that, we started to look in the next direction saying, who can we, get in here that can do it? And that's, like I said, man, for me, when I think of Milroe, I just think that those are some of the things that he potentially, is going to be exposed to at this level, man. But I'm a fan of him, though, man. Trust me, Tyler from the 334. I'm a Bama fan, too. Roll Tide. I like dynasties. I like sustained excellence. I hate the fact that Saban left, but I was a fan of Milroe. And then, obviously, Ryan Williams was cooking down there as well. But, yeah, man. So we will see, man. We will see. But shout out to you on that, man. Oh, he also says, I appreciate it with our style being so heavy on ball security. Just feel like it can get bad quick with Milroe's trigger finger. And I agree, man. That's one of the things that we specifically talk about. And not everybody likes the approach, but we've seen where we won't have a lot of exposure to negativity. we will play keep away, so to speak. And we'll say, man, don't kill us, right? Can't turn the ball over. And the stats show, man, when we don't turn the ball over, we win a lot of games. When we turn the football over, it puts us in a lot of compromising positions because right now we haven't found consistent quarterback play that can get us out of that hole enough. So with Milroe, he would have to be a lot more disciplined, and I think that would be a challenge. But he would have to cut down on turnovers. He would have to make sure the ball security and the decision-making is key, and that was the big question about Justin Fields when he came over here. Chicago, Justin Fields turned that ball over a lot. Picks, fumbles. You brought him to Pittsburgh. He was buttoned up. He was disciplined. And that goes to the coaching. Shout out to Arthur Smith. Shout out to Coach Tomlin. So to me, when I think of that small sample size of Justin Fields, but with those two dudes, I say, okay, well, maybe Jalen Milroe can do that as well. So that is something that I would consider. And that's why I still consider Jalen Milroe. I just personally don't like him at 21. I think if I was going to do Milroe, I'm trading back out of 21, getting a second round pick. I would try to do later first round if I can get like that pick 30 and then still get me something in the second round and try to do best of both worlds that way. But to me, man, like I said, Milroe is a good player, very talented, but those are some of the things that I perceive from when I'm watching him, man. So like I said, man, we will see. But hopefully y'all enjoyed tonight's show. If you did, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe either if you're new to the channel, baby.